Come see this in 1590, T on T, Postscript Ukraine, Avoidable Disasters. This is a series where I summarize rantatonne posts made up of at least 3 things I have read, seen, or heard. First question, is this what #current timeline schadenfreude looks like? In August 2025, the user data of the women-only dating app T was leaked. It was ostensibly so women who've had negative relations or relationships with men can go online and list them out and warn other women by saying things like, okay, this person has a garbage personality, avoid them. This person is a misogynist, avoid them. This person didn't pay for my food, or avoid them. Or just other personal issues they might have with the people that they were dating. And this happened way back in August. This blog post of the 1590 was in August 25th. And just recently now, post the Charlie Kirk assassination, there's now also issues with lists being made about the people who've been celebrating. And just, I have a separate post and idea on lists that I'll have soon. I've already recorded, we'll post that. But on this one, in this particular sense, I don't think there was anything wrong with what these women were doing. Sure, they weren't asking permission for the men to be on there. But once you have a public interaction with somebody, I think you give a piece of yourself off to them for them to do that. If they are actually defaming you and making up things about you and that's found out, there is a legal recourse one can take. But if it's just the images, I don't think that's an issue. If it's something that you actually did and they thought about it in some type of way, I don't think there's an issue with that. But now this inverse with 4chan, they got access to it, and I saw them putting these hot or not sort of things where they're like comparing the women against other women on the app once that thing leaked out. They had them against Dr. Peppers and other things. That was kind of like, I was wondering, is that schadenfreude type of thing where it's like, oh, serves them right? I don't know. But I was thinking how an app like this probably selects for a high level of instability than average. So some of those people might go to a dark place if subjected to something like this. Next question, are we seeing a post-Project Ukraine script writing? This post covers Project Ukraine again, and this was some Russian attacks going on around Ukrainian independence, just going over just the planning that the puppeteers who put on Project Ukraine were doing, talking about Article 5, federalization, U.S. air support is a talk by the Duran, and I've been following the Duran for geopolitics, and they've been analyzing this Project Ukraine from the start, from before the start, and if you've actually been paying accurate attention of it, nothing should surprise you, even with the current situation right now with, oh, drones are flying over, oh, we're having flights over the thing, oh, Trump is actually getting into it. He's not. We are in the last chapter of this. The warfare state aspect is switching. They're trying to switch and see how the welfare state can actually switch up on Project Ukraine, and the parties that are involved are just trying to see how they can do it in the most feasible way for them to not lose face and maintain enough of the power and influence and profit that they wanted from Project Ukraine. Last question, without the state, how would we know what products are safe? This section features a video of one of those electrical strips, because I had one that had the USB thing, and this guy goes on and finds a cheap one and it opens up and just shows how it's a shoddily made, but it's actually approved by the governmental protectional system that's out there. And then you look at these other things, Project Ukraine, without the state, who would make us in this supposed near World War III sort of situation without states? If you have states and kids are put into schools to socialize, why do we need a T app? Shouldn't people just happily find the people they should marry and be happily ever after? I expect most of the women in the T app had at least K through 12, if not 4 more years in college. But no, we don't need the state to keep us safe. We can do that by ourselves, keeping lists, sharing information, and communicating.